Amanda Knox says she's waited 18 months to defend herself, both in a court of law and in the court of public opinion. By all accounts, this is a huge gamble. This may be Italy's trial of the century, but it is Amanda Knox's freedom and the rest of her life that is at stake.
Amanda Knox entered court today, greeted by a crush of photographers and reporters from around the world. The 21-year-old smiled briefly at her family, but otherwise looked serious and tense as she waited for court to begin. After 5 months of the prosecution laying out its case, today marked the start of the defense. The star witness, the defendant herself. She began her testimony in English, describing the scene at the Perugia police station and why she signed a statement implicating herself, a statement she now says is false.
Under the amount of pressure of everyone yelling at me and having them tell me that they were going to put me in prison for protecting somebody, at a certain point I couldn't understand why they were so sure that I was the one who knew everything. And so, in my confusion, I started to imagine that maybe I was traumatized, like what they said.
Knox told the judges and the jury that police hit her on the head and called her a stupid liar. Just feet away watching was Amanda's father, Kurt Knox. He said that after a year and a half behind bars, she is eager to tell her story.
People are going to get a different picture of who Amanda really is. She is just a regular kid, not this dark angel or whatever it is they want to call her.
On the stand, Amanda appeared to be composed and confident, at least with the initial questions, in which she admitted that she did occasionally smoke pot with friends here in Perugia, as many of these college students do when they come here. But she became flustered when they got to the very disputed statement that she gave to police, that overnight interrogation, the grueling interrogation. And that is the heart of the matter, Robin. It took them only 10 minutes to get to that statement.
And who's questioning her?
Well, that's interesting you bring that up, because it's neither the prosecution nor the defense, but the lawyer for somebody who's pressing a civil action lawsuit for slander, Patrick Lumumba. In her statement that she gave to police that night, she fingered him as the possible suspect, the murder suspect, and said he was at the murder scene that night. His lawyer, a very hostile lawyer, is doing the questioning right now before the defense or the prosecution even takes a stab.
And in your report, Elizabeth, you said that she started her testimony in English, but she then she transitioned to Italian?
Right. We just came out of the courtroom a few moments ago, and she has now switched to Italian just in the last few minutes. She was clearly showing a lot of irritation and frustration with the translator sitting next to her. She had wanted to testify in Italian because she is quite fluent at it, and she's now switched.
Yeah, she didn't want anything lost in translation, I'm sure. Elizabeth, thank you so very much. We'll have more from you and more on the case in just a moment, Chris.